On today's video, one of the biggest and most impactful game-changing update in Infinite Galaxy is here. A massive update that changes everything about how the war is played in this game. And man, there is so much to go over. Lots of cool things, including second flagships in your fleets now, difference in priority of fighting, and so much more. So sit back, slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube, Galactic Gecko back at you from space. We haven't gone down to Earth because this update is so massive that it would destroy Earth if it would land on it, because man, there is a lot of changes into this game, and we are about to go over this whole thing and break it down. Now, this update has been out in a few nebulas in this game for about a week now, and now we finally got our own update for the rest of the game, and it's time to go over it. First and foremost, change in battle mechanics. After the update, every type of spaceship will prioritize attacking the same type of enemy spaceship first, within range, then prioritize attacking the enemy's type that they restrain, and finally attacking the enemy spaceships that restrains them. So, back in the day, if you had a load of cruisers, you could easily wipe out anything, because the first ships that would get attacked were frigates. Frigates were the quickest ones. They would get in range first, and therefore they were the first targets. And so as long as you got rid of the frigates real quick, the rest wasn't a big deal. Now it becomes much more different, because you're going to attack first your own kind, then you're going to attack the one that you're restraining, and only the one that restrains you at the end. And in the meantime, the one that restrains you is going to inflict a huge amount of damage. Now, I'm going to show you how that looks like on this level 31 privateers, which, by the way, now they go up to level 35. Another change from this update, which we will get to in a bit. At the same time, the training base now reaches level 12. Well, we have level 11 and 12 in it. And finally, you have also the simulator, campaign simulator, which is now Simulator Center, which I believe also goes up to level 12 as well. It requires a lot to get rid of that level 12. Maybe we'll get a video going about that, exactly how much power that took. But take a look at how quickly the cruisers went out the window, and then the destroyers, and finally the frigates. This was so fast that you can see a huge difference. You can see that my flagship, for example, and my fleet, which is not optimized. I just whipped something together right now real quick, just for the sake of this video. You can see that it went from 4.1 with a Cyclops and a Brontes, which I'm just leveling up at this point, to about 2 million power, give or take. So we went down from 4-point-some million power all the way down to 2. When I did this previously with level 30s, we would easily maintain 3.8, 3.9, barely lose any power. But now these privateers are just insanely strong, and they're strong not because of anything but the fact that the ship's configuration changes. So now you can't just send full cruisers, go send it with the Cyclops, and that's it. You're going to take much more damage. So that's a huge first change that you really got to keep your eye on and pay attention and figure out what is going on with it. And make sure you know the priority order. And in case you don't, you have destroyers who are weaker to cruisers, cruisers who are weaker to frigates, frigates who are weaker to destroyers, so forth and so on. And so they also adjusted some of the stats values of all these warships while we're at it. Frigates got an increase on attack and reduced their HP. They optimized the values of shield and armor as well. And the difference between Hydra frigates and Chimera frigates is going to be slightly reduced. Now, destroyers slightly increased attack and slightly reduced HP. Wow, that's interesting. Adjusted the values of shield and armor. The difference between Wyvern destroyers and Hulu, however the heck you say that, destroyers are slightly reduced as well. The cruisers, believe it or not, got an increased HP, increase in shield, and increase in attack, but nothing about their armor. So Cruisers were the only ones who ended up victorious without any decreases, all increases. Not bad at all. While we're at it, they added the auxiliary flagship system. Every flagship level 15 and above can bring an extra auxiliary flagship into combat. HP, shield, armor, and damage bonuses of the auxiliary flagship will take full effect, but the leadership effects are reduced by half, and the auxiliary flagship's outfitting won't take effect. This means that for your secondary fleet flagship, you really don't need equipment, no outfitting, no need for that. But their HP, shield, armor, base values, and buff values based on whatever on Earth you have available will take effect. So an increase in all of that from an auxiliary, a secondary flagship, that is awesome. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to start collecting flagships. You can't just have your 4 flagships, 4 fleets, that's it anymore. You're going to need a bare minimum of 8. And those will probably change consistently to create a fighting meta where flagships are going to become a thing that you want to now. You're going to keep releasing with flagships and crew, by the way. And from there, you're going to start collecting them to be able to optimize your fighting. Added the awakening skill system to orange flagships. The power of awakening skill will be unlocked when the flagship reach rank 7. So if we take a quick peek at one of our flagships right here, and pretty much one of the only ones that is in rank 7. First and foremost, good news, we haven't changed a single rank, and yet we have indeed unlocked one more piece of these beautiful equipment. So we're going to have to set up more equipment for our Cyclops. By the looks of it, they lowered down the requirements of the equipment outfitting slots for the Cyclops. Here is your 6th skill, the awakening skill, and it's a kinetic attack for Cyclops specifically, and you have a cruiser attack, kind of nutty, added effects and all that good stuff. Every single orange flagship has this now, and you're going to need to rank them up in order to get it done. Our Odysseus is about to unlock its awakening skill, and that's going to be interesting to see. And while we're at it, the Brontes leveled up from simply just hunting pirates. And quick little tip for those of you watching right now, you definitely want to be doing arcane ghost ships more than you have before. At least your bare minimum, the 1,000 energy, if you don't want to spend more on it, which actually now there is a justification to spend revitalizers, and that is very simple. The XP you gain is just redonkulous, and the XP you gain is whether you kill a ghost ship or not. So this is actually fairly cool. We're going to have to see how this one works out. I think it's based on hitting it, and just hitting it and you'll get your XP rather than just doing the damage, but maybe you also got to kill it. We did not kill this one, but did kill this one and got the same XP. Great way to level up your flagships, but we got so much more to go through that we just gonna keep going. And so we have now damage of the flagship main weapon will be affected by the fleet leadership. Interesting stuff. So now the higher the lead fleet's leadership is, the higher the main weapon's damage will be. So you do want to have as much leadership on your fleet available, which makes a lot of sense. Now, after attacking space pirates victoriously, main fleets and auxiliary fleets will get flagship XP at the same time. So the number of flagship data chips dropped by space pirates has been reduced. So it's a carrot and the stick. It always is. You get more XP naturally, but you get less XP from tiles, or better yet, less XP tiles. Optimize the mechanics of shields. Each spaceship respective shield values will be calculated as the total shield value in battle and be used for the entire fleet. So now you take 2 spaceships, get them all together, include that the warships in your fleet and your flagships, calculate the shield, and it's a one-shot shield for your whole fleet. Increase the value of Titan and Atlas skill fortifying attack. Skill last stand has been changed to trigger when the total health of fleet is less than 70%. The flagship Odysseus and Apollo's skill Heat of the Battle has been changed to trigger when the total HP is less than 70%. Extended the max limit of the Space Marauders levels from 30 to 35, like I explained to you. Tactical training and campaign simulators to level 12. Upgraded the embassy to increase leadership limit of garrison. Upgraded the dispatch center to increase the leadership of rally fleet limit of rally fleets. Fortified the effect of values of the alliance skills, rally formation and rally garrison. Along with the changes of the battle mechanics, dual flagship system, orange flagships awakening skills being made available. And we've made the corresponding adjustments to the difficulty of Lost Star Cluster, Arcane Ships, Alien Stars, Star Spear, Alien Spirits, Purity Control, Secret Signal, and AGN Gates. So now that there is 2 flagships, things are going to get a little bit more difficult, as obviously now you have double the firepower. You don't want to just melt everything through this game. So far, they've optimized flagships. They've changed skills. They've changed all the attack stats, health stats, defense stats, armor stats of every single type of warship. They've also changed and added mechanics into new skills, new everything. Listen, all this war stuff all is alluding to what I've been telling you about Nebula versus Nebula, which did take a little bit of a pushback in terms of the timeline to allow this update to settle in and for people to learn it before we go into Nebula versus Nebula mode, which, by the way, maybe there is more than one mode. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, when reinforcing allies and in the Alliance territory, commanders can now use all new safe reinforcement feature to assist their allies. Fleets in the safe reinforcement status can't be attacked, and they can use teleport energy to speed up their flying. Oh boy. Also, fleets in safe reinforcement can't change their target midway either, but they can still recall. So now you can safely go and secure someone and get there insanely fast through teleport speed. I wonder how expensive it would be to use this teleport speed. So we're going to give it a little bit of a test, see how that one works. But yeah, this is wild. Outfitting blueprints are no longer separated by types. All outfitting blueprints have changed to general blueprints. Outfitting blueprints already in the commander's depot have automatically been converted to general blueprints using a 1-to-1 ratio. Adjusted the flagship ranks needed to unlock outfitting slots. Some outfitting slots in the flagships will be unlocked earlier, which is what we saw in the Cyclops. Cyclops gets a buff, baby. Let's go. Increase the material cost for green and blue outfitting. Reduce the material costs for orange outfitting. We will return the difference between the previous cost and after adjustment cost for the manufactured and upgraded for all orange outfitting commanders. Please pay attention in the system mail. And we did indeed get a dumb amount of system mails that give you all these different things that have changed in this game. The one thing that has to always be said about Camel Games is that they are fair with their reimbursements. If they make a change, they give you the whole difference back. And that's something not every game developer does, by the way. And we're not done yet. We're not done yet. There's still a little bit more to go. We're just now at added hyperspace teleport items, except for inner area and other alliance territories. Commander can now hyperspace teleport to any area in the galaxy. Commanders can no longer use teleport energy to teleport to the alliance territory of their alliances. At the same time, the price of alliance teleport has been reduced. So now you can hop around your territory for cheaper, and you can only do it through alliance teleport. So that's a little bit weird, and we're going to have to see how much that costs and exactly whether that's worth it or not. Remove the union and friendly status of alliance relationship. They have been unified as neutral status. Wow. Well, I hope you can change the back. That's lots of craziness going on. Reduce the level needed to unlock the prerequisite tech for some high-level spaceships. So they reduced essentially the research tree to make it easier for you to get more flagships, to get some of these spaceships quicker. During the Warpath event, the HP reduced after flagships are damaged has been adjusted to by 20% of normal at battles. After the event is over, flagship HPs are automatically recovered, which is nice. At the same time, reduce the ratio of points earned by defenders in the Warpath universe event. Greatly increased the number of resources in the event rewards, and of course, hopefully, we got a little bit of a something. You know what I'm saying? Adjusted the number of outfitting blueprints as a reward of Spaceship Pirates, Deep Space Relics campaign, daily missions, and all that good stuff. Added production outfit materials to the crew training course. Temporarily stopped selling outfitting material chests in the shop. So the outfitting materials are getting a little bit of a revamp. They're going to get a little bit of a nerf, a little bit of an increase. They want us to get these outfits. They want us to get our flagships and warships ready to rock and roll. And so far it looks like I'm loving all these changes. In the Arcane Ghost Ship event, greatly increased the number of resources and flagship data chips as a reward. Reduced the amount of corium and removed the flagship outfitting blueprint chests and rebel citation reward from the rewards. This is the first thing I actually don't like. They reduced the rewards tremendously. The resources might be nice a little bit more. And I don't see that much flagship data chips. I do see a lot of XP like we've seen in the Arcane Ghost Ship event going on right now. We've gotten like 500 XP per flagship, per ghost ship at level 8, which is actually nutty. That's 10,000 XP you can gain during the event for 1,000 energy. Very, very good. However, the 5 rewards we used to get, which included a bunch of things, is now like almost nothing, which really sucks. What else we got going on as Arcane Ghost Ships have become a thing. And so optimized the info display of outfitting material production, searching for resource mines, and the other UI. Within the new battle mechanics, Commander can better plan their matching for flagships, fleets, and crew. We unlocked the following event for 1 week, Ring of Power Flagship Swap event. During this event, commanders can swap frigates, destroyers, and cruisers for any spaceships within the rank according to leadership. So, for example, 120 rank 5 frigates can be exchanged for 36 rank 5 destroyers or 12 cruisers rank 5. There's no limit to the number of swaps during the event, which is, I'm just going to show you that as well, and that's completely awesome. What they said is essentially we're making battle mechanics changes. We're going to give you all the differences back, and we're going to let you reset everything you've currently done and get everything customized the way you want it for free. Make all the changes you want to make to your spaceship, to your account, in order to have the best fleets available of whichever type you want, with the best flagships available of whichever ranks and levels you want. I'm going to show you that in a second. Camel Games, as always, making sure they hook us up in case they make changes. Unlocked the Recasting Flagship Reset event, and there's a bunch of different flagships you can reset. Heroic Frame Crew Reset event, like I mentioned to you, and core module points will automatically be reset. Oh boy. Core modules will be automatically reset, except, well, they weren't, for me at least, but maybe they were, and I just need to refresh the game or something like that. So let's go look at a few changes, because this video is already way, way long, and show you a couple of things. Like you saw, we have some flagships with more gear available at a lower rank, thankfully. We have the awesome material production going on in here, and now we get a ton of these goodies. If we go take a quick peek at the material production, where is the outfitting? Did it go into here? We need to find the correct blueprints available. If we go take a quick peek at our blueprint capabilities, you'll see that now everything has changed into, our bag has changed. There's no more blueprint stuff. I mean, man, a bunch of things have changed. This is so cool. If we go take a quick peek at the things that we've gotten, we have a ton of items in here. You go into the fleet adjustment event, limited time fleet adjustment event, space ship exchanges. You can literally make any exchange you'd like from any exchange you'd like, from any level to any level. Well, from the same level to the same level, from frigates, destroyers, and cruisers. You can literally get whichever one you want and, set things up. If I were to reset my Cyclops, we're about to get 278,000 of these credits. And so we have the opportunity to potentially reset some of these flagships. For example, we have a beautiful level 8 rank 4, our Achilles, which we have been buying every other day or so. And so now the cool thing about this is that if you reset it, I've been buying it, and therefore it's not gold credits, it's blueprints, actual blueprints. Now you can convert these into advanced Federation credits, which means we could technically get something like the Prometheus, which you can get a bunch of blueprints out of if you go into the campaign. In the campaign shop, you have the Prometheus available, 20 of them, and we're going to pick up a couple of extras. If you grab those, upgrade your Prometheus, and then reset it, you can actually get gold credits for exchanging them for campaign credits. So you definitely want to make sure over the next week to get these, as many of you can every single day. Upgrade your Prometheus, break it down, and when you do that, hey, you get Advanced Federation credit, which you can use for any other flagship, which is something I guess I'm going to do since I don't use my Prometheus anyway. And so there's a bunch of other changes going on in this game, a lot of rebalancing. Your crew is about to get a pump up as there's going to be new crew coming up, and their usefulness is going to be massive. You can reset those as well if you choose to do so. You will get not only the infinite data card, it can be exchanged for any other orange commander with data card, which we haven't seen these before. It's the first time we have generic data cards, which I'm assuming are going to become a thing now that we're going to see a lot more. Generic blueprints for crew. I wonder if they'll do generic blueprints for ships as well. That would be sick. But with that being said, Infinite Galaxy doing big things. Come join us in the game. Link down below. I'm Gecko. I'm out of here. Appreciate it. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe down below. This update is nuts. We're going to go experiment with it a lot more. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.